women'stalkradio.com.
Home of classic, old school, smooth jazz, and R&B. You're now tuned into Women's Talk Radio, and we are so super excited because we have my girl Estelle. What's going on, Estelle?
From across the pond.
Yeah. So you just heard her brand new single, and I am so loving. I was shocked at first, but I was like, oh, okay.
What? I can already hear the radio at it. It's still gonna be the same thing. I can't wait.
Sassy gonna play that tonight.
Tomorrow with her grapefruit.
With my grapefruit. I'll show you that later.
The grapefruit.
The grapefruit. I'm gonna show you that later. It's a long story, but you're gonna like it.
Okay. See, every time she come to the city, she learns to see what I'm saying.
Something else. All right. So tell us, what made you do this song?
Right. So the last time you heard me, I had Thank You. Right?
Yes.
Love that.
It's my favorite. I love
it. It was heavy and it was sad,
it was.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But it was real.
It was
real.
real.
It was.
Yeah.
And my life is that real. You know, every single album I've made, I've been blessed to be able to write about my life and write about it in a way where I don't have to pretend or make something up, you know? So this was me writing about the next phase that I'm going through right now. Which is to get to know myself. Breakup.
Yes.
And I say the first thing you do after you break up with someone is go have some good sex.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Nothing like it.
Lots of it.
From Estelle.
And often. And often.
You know? So that was just
Kudos to you.
Okay.
It's the best way to get over a man.
That's
To
what
get
they
under a new one.
That's what they say.
Or an on top of a new one. However you want to do it.
Right. I co-sign.
Do you?
Let's do it. You know?
So for this album, what is different from Estelle, from this album, from your past albums? Because you went from American Boy to Thank You to Beat the P.A.
Wait, what? Oh no, let me tell you, it's been every album I've had, I've been in a relationship or been in something. You know, this album I'm not in anything.
You're single.
I'm single.
Okay.
Single.
Mingling. She mingling too.
You know, I'm out here mingling. I'm having
game.
fun, and I'm taking time to become better as a human being. You know, I'm dating. I'm actually seeing how I'm messing up, and I'm seeing how I'm doing good, and I'm experiencing all those things for the first time on my own in a long time. You know, and it's fun. It's fun, man. It's also giving me a space to make mistakes. You know, and to be able to live with them and be cool with that. I think would make us say be it up. People have been like, oh, it's sexiest. You know, I'm like, it's what everyone does. It's sex.
Yeah.
So, you know, we get told as women to like not to be cool with it behind the scenes, but not to embrace it really. You know, all these women that fought for us to be free and have these rights probably turned in their graves right now. Like, we fought for you to be able to say sex and not feel weird about it. You know, I think it's there. I think there is a woman that exists that is sexy, but is also, you know, quite classy. I think there's a woman that exists that feels good about herself in the bedroom or wants to feel that way, and you know, and at the same time isn't out here showing her boobs every 10 seconds. And I think there's women that are out there showing their boobs that don't quite know how to do it in the bedroom. You know, so
break it down.
Can you say that again, please? I saw that one sex tape.
Oh,
well, all right.
See, there you go. There you go.
It's about embracing our ownership and just being fine with being you without all the lights and the cameras. You know, just being you. We did the video specifically like that, you know, with real people with no airbrushing, because I wanted it to send a message like, man, you could be fat, skinny, no matter what shape, size, color, have cellulite, have none. Just be you and be cool with that. It's all right, you know.
I like that movie.
So that was my thing with this, man. Don't be scared to say the P word. It's fine.
Yes.
What? Say it again.
Can I say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can say it. We internet radio.
Don't be scared of it. You know, it's who we are and it's what we are. Like, it's not deep.
So I have a question now. You have your new label, and you have your new album, your new songs.
Yes.
You really seem to be coming into yourself as an artist and as a woman. What is that journey like from when we first got Estelle, from when you first walked up to Kanye, which is ballsy in and of itself.
Right.
Hats off to you for that one, because it takes a lot for you to see your own, you know, talent and want to show that to somebody else.
I've been ballsy in my work life forever. Personal life, not so much. I was always so nervous to, like, just to even talk to guys, or even to say, you know, you hear me out loud, and you know, when you hear my records, you're like, oh, she seems real confident, you know, and you hear the stories, and I'm like, yeah, I did. I walked up to Yeast and I said that. You tell me to walk up to a guy or walk up to stand up for myself in a situation, a relationship situation, and I couldn't do it. You know, I was just like some scared girl, and you know, but I would act like, and for all intents in my head, feel like I was a human, and I was not. You know, now I am. You know, now I can say I am. I'm just as ballsy in my personal life as I am in my. You know, and
it's definitely coming across in your music.
Thank you. So you have no problem asking, when you say going up to men, asking them out for their phone number, anything like that.
And I have to nowadays, because man, look, they all walk up to me like they know me, and you know,
turning Estelle down.
You'd be surprised. These crazy men out here.
That's right. Say it again. Say it again.
I come with a lot. I don't come with just, it's me plus 50 cameras. It's me plus, you know, 5 guys at one time who are my team. You know, and men are intimidated as much as they act like
they soft as I don't know what. Soft as hell.
We love
for Frank. Except for Frank the Tank.
You find out men have feelings too. You know, and you imagine I'm walking in and I'm this girl who they've heard about, and I'm walking with 5 guys. They're intimidated in a mug. You know, and the way they show that is
women are impressed.
And women are impressed.
Yes,
women are impressed, or they feel like, who she thinks she is? You know, like you get that too. So it just took me a while to settle into my, like, you know, walking guys of pleasures and being like, it's all right. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
You know,
that should be a next song.
Hey,
all right. So listen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna play one of my favorites, and I know Sassy's favorite too.
Okay.
Because I mean, I think this was like the anthem. Everybody had their hand up in there.
What? I was riding down the highway half high, crying, singing this song. What?
You gotta be thankful.
Yeah.
That's my song.
It was my gospel song.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Here's the stuff.
We're gonna head to church.
WPBRadio.com.
What? I'm loving Miss Estelle. Y'all just don't know.
Yes,
Loving her. Follow her at Estelle Darling.
Yeah, she's sitting down with Women's Talk Radio.
Unbelievable time. And the off-the-air conversation is just as much fun as on it.
Yeah, you know, Sassy always brings stuff to light.
I'm sorry. At least she knows me now. She can go away and she said, I met Sassy, and she told me about the grapefruit.
She just put me on. She really did. She just put me on. Try something.
YouTube it.
YouTube it. Yeah, YouTube it.
That's good. I was going to talk about that on LSD today. So.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's done.
Check.
Done.
Right.
So we just finished listening to Thank You.
Yes.
And I was asking you about how does it feel to hear your voice? You have a beautiful voice. It's really iconic and eclectic in terms of just the range that you do. How does that feel? Yeah, it's exactly.
I mean, it's like it's soothing, but it's sexy and
you're like Sade level as far as I'm concerned, as far as talent and the emotions you invoke with your music. And so you being so new and so generationally relevant in terms of you women's talk. You know, you talk about the stuff that
we talk about.
We respond to.
Right.
So what is it like to hear? What is it like for Estelle to hear Estelle? Do you turn the station or?
I turned the station.
Are you serious?
It's the first time you heard yourself though.
I turned it up. I turned that all the way up, and I rolled down the windows. Like, I think a bike messenger drove past me, and then he saw me years later. He was like, I drove past you, and you know it's knocked me off my bike. And I was like, I'm sorry.
But I'm Estelle.
I was just so hyped. It was like the dream from London, like hearing about the industry and hearing about New York and Times Square, and then American Boy comes on. I'm stuck in Times Square in gridlock, and it's the middle of the afternoon in the radio station. I turned that up. Me and my assistant was jamming in the car. It was crazy. I got no, I was knocked over a bike, sitting my hand out the window. So that was great. Now I'm kind of like, oh, okay. You know, like, it's not that I'm ungrateful and I don't want to hear it. Songs, when I make them, the connotation sticks with me. You know, the feeling.
So you go back to that feeling.
So if I'm hearing thank you, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm not listening. Because I can't. I want to go back to that feeling unless I have to sing it. You know, and when I only do that because I want to give the real vibe of it. If I have to do that song in autopilot, I feel like I'm cheating the audience. I'm not giving them what they came for.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
it's like you put yourself through it all the time.
Yeah.
She's an authentic artist.
So
I like that.
I like that she's authentic with your music.
Yeah,
we got a piece of Estelle.
Right.
All right. So, honey, you gonna just have to take that piece because that's about all.
I'm gonna take her shoes.
I've actually had the pleasure of knowing Estelle for a while, and one thing I can say about is that you've always been the same person.
I try.
From the time I met you up to now, you've always been the same person.
Right.
So tell us, because you are working with SheKnows.com.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, because I think this is really, really important, especially for young girls who look at themselves and just like, they don't like what they see. Right.
It's the most depressing thing in the world, looking at this next generation, and I'm not saying all of them, because a lot of them have a great self-esteem, but then you see the ones that are on YouTube giving tutorials on how to get light eyes and putting honey in water and putting it in their eyes and thinking that's doing it because they don't feel beautiful.
Right.
Or you get girls with butt shots and getting enhanced
Botox.
Too young to even be thinking about that stuff, but they think, well, don't tell me because that person over there did it, and look, they popping now and they making money. Okay, well, that's that one person,
right?
And you don't know their background history. In the same way, I don't know yours. All I can say to you is, work on the human being you are. See if that doesn't change your life first, before you go distorting everything God gave you is perfect.
Exactly.
Just go work on that. And so we partnered up with She Knows, which is a women's based website, women's issues based website, not issues, women's stuff,
right? Challenges,
and they give fashion advice and everything. But we wanted to partner with them because they believe in the same space as I did. When we did Make Her Say, everyone was unretouched. Everyone in the video was themselves. So we wanted to encourage women to post Instagram pics and post pictures, no makeup, just them, and I wear makeup and sometimes I don't. Some days I'm completely nude, and in that day, you'll see me with my eye bags and you'll see me with some dark circles because I ain't slept in like 4 years. So it is what it is. Right. But and I do appreciate having to, the fact that I get to live this life where I get to dress up every day. But it's not everyone's life. And I don't want anyone to ever feel like, well, to listen to this music or to be a part of this movement, I have to be this girl. And, you can be this girl, but you also can be this girl. Right. Exactly. Like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're listening to what the music's saying. What matters is your heart, your spirit, and how you treat other people. So, and if you don't feel good with your naked skin, get a facial. Yeah. Like, you can do them at home. Right. Smile. Brush your teeth. Like, you are who you are. You don't have to do all of that. And if it doesn't, I don't.
But see, I think all of the issues that these young girls are having is now just so exponential because social media puts a spotlight on it. Before, these girls were behind closed doors crying at night, and no one can see them. But now you got the other kids posting on their page, "You're fat, you're ugly. Don't you wish you were dead? You should die," and things like that. Right. And that is when you need different types of intervention. But I think social media is a blessing and a curse. Exactly. It really is. It's a blessing and a curse. If you use it incorrectly, it can really, really ruin your life and other reputations. If you use it properly, I always say everybody on Facebook are millionaires.
Just things like that.
Everybody's millionaires.
Meanwhile, I think my thing is as well, though, we have to give our kids a different value system.
Yes. We were talking about that earlier.
I can't. I have no kids. I have no kids of my own. I have 8 brothers and sisters. I have so many nieces and nephews. And I have, it's real. Like, man, godmother's great. Godmother of the year. But it's like you just see the levels and the way they're being taught that they should do it. I see my niece, and we're a family. We police each other. If I see my niece on there looking like 2 grown ups, put that down. And she take it right now and call me and apologize to me, tell me, sorry, auntie, I didn't realize. That's
that accountability. I got blocked.
You have to give them a different.
You gotta get that.
I got blocked.
Before you drag them. I will find them and drag them. Right. What do you mean? Give me your phone. You have no internet. You have no Instagram anymore. You don't. There's a certain level of just a respect level. And my family's not perfect. We have kids. Some of my young brothers and sisters have kids at a young age, but at the same time, we're still accountable, and we have a set of rules that we try and give each other. And I give to my friends and my friends' kids the same kind of love that I was given. To me, it's not about the outside. It's not. It's just so much more than that. People that have been looked at like the ugliest things ever have been the nicest people to me, you know, and I'm always like, I'll take them any day over this bombshell of a human being apparently that was the meanest.
That's true.
I'm good. I'll go over there with an ugly person.
Right.
You know, I'm bro with that. I like nice people. I don't, you know, so my thing was just to encourage them to be themselves and be comfortable with that. And if you're not, well, then do stuff. You don't have to cover it up. Right. You know, you can fix what you have. It's good. You're all right. Yeah.
See, I like you said that because you are a darker woman, and I don't necessarily know if London has the color spectrum issue that American people of color do.
It's not severe.
But you're stunning. Like in all of your media, even here, she's dressed down. I don't know if you guys can see her on YouTube, but she's dressed down and she's still beautiful. And your inside just comes out. How are you able to be so comfortable in this world, you know, the media world that you live in, where they always want to Photoshop or lighten your photos?
I told them don't. I'm very clear about who I am. Like, I'm so clear. I'm like, no, my family runs the spectrum. My mom is fair skinned. My dad is brown. We're all somewhere in between. And different grades of hair and different types of hair. And, you know, my grandma's white, curly, thick. My hair is thick. Thick and strong. I'm African and West Indian. We have so many different people in my family. We weren't, our beauty and our worth wasn't based on what we look like. It was based on how nice are you, how much respect you have, how much class do you have, how you present when you walk out your door, and you don't have to have makeup on. It's
a value system.
That wasn't it, you know. So and then I understand the dark skin, light skin thing. That to me is just a whole. I understand it's years of conditioning and social, but you know, I think you can only, what's the word? If you think it's a problem, then it is. Okay. Like I've had people. You're saying to me, "I'm beautiful, I'm awesome, I'm stunning." I believe that. Thank you. I agree too. You know, because that's the way I was raised, and that's how I feel. I don't think it's a problem. There's been 50 times more people that have turned around and tweeted and Instagram me telling me I'm ugly, and I look at their page and I'm like, okay, you're ugly for saying that. You know, like
and you really ugly.
But I don't.
You double ugly.
Yeah, but you're so nonchalant about it.
Think about because it's not. You have to think about it. It's not them. It's more what they've been taught.
Right.
It's more what you've been ingrained to think.
Exactly.
And people say in sly ways. Don't get it twisted. You know. But I kind of. It's not my issue. It's yours. I can't control you. I can control me. So my response is making you think about what you said and how you feel as a human being versus attacking you back and and proving the stereotype. You know, like I make them think that. It's an ongoing thing. I can just do my part. My reaction to it is I'm good. I think I'm cute. Shit. You know,
I think she should be the honorary member of Women's Talk. She's smart, sexy, beautiful, talented.
Well, you know, I want
right in.
And then another thing, my mom was always like, you know, I figured this a long time ago. I could be offended by everything, or I could just keep moving. People are gonna talk. Everyone's gonna have their opinions. I don't mind. Shit. Yeah. If I sit there listening and worrying or tunneling into what they thought that day about me, well, I'm gonna be upset at absolutely everything everyone has to say, and I'm gonna be able to have that used against me all the time, taking me off my path, off my vision, off my steps in life where I'm supposed to be going. I can't do that. Ain't got time for that. We can be going tomorrow.
Preach.
What? The soapbox is being passed around.
It's going around this whole table today.
Yeah, exactly. It's so frustrating to hear people feel like, man, I'm like, no.
And then with you being in the spotlight, you get the people probably posting it, like you said, on your Instagram. They're tweeting, I saw her and she, you know, this, that, and the other. So this industry, you have to have like a really, really, really thick skin.
Yeah.
Really thick skin.
Or just have to have directional hearing.
Well, I like that. Directional hearing. Yeah. I'm going to use that next time.
I'm going to at you with that.
Directional hearing.
Now, see, I think that was the conversation we were having, well, debate we were having it here with the Donald Sterling thing.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, you know, people are going to say what they're going to say. Yeah. To me, like I said before, you're not going to hurt me, bring me down, or whatever what you say. Whatever you say, okay, it is what it is. That's what you believe, fine.
Right.
You know, but I think that at some point, we can't take things so sensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we are a society that is very sensitive. I really do.
Yeah.
And
punks.
And I mean, I was picky about their and I was grown up. I grew up in a family where you had to have thick skin. Not that we didn't love each other.
To this day, we play the dozens.
Right.
We play the dozens with my aunts and uncles. Play the dozens with us. What?
No.
What?
Yeah. It'd be a fight in my house.
Mm-hmm. Not in our house. You better get over it. And you bet they used to. I told you they called my sister now the Stump Sisters. And then you know what? And instead of you crying, Stacy. Instead of you crying, you come back with it.
Yeah. Right.
You got to.
I'd have been booing all
Kenda went to a family event, so she knows how they get down.
No, you want to stay in the
corner. Now see, that's how
eat your beans.
My family is.
That's right. Eat your beans and don't worry about it. So, but that's just with us. But she has millions of people coming at her like every second. Is somebody saying something negative. So in that industry,
it's hard.
Who's been the nicest person you've met, and who's been the most awful, most dreadful? Everything that they say about them is true person.
You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Wow. I'll say the nicest person. They're the higher and the bigger they are, the nicer they are.
Really?
So real. Like that is so real. You get Beyonce to Jay. They are beautiful people.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. So damn cool. And then the lower down the totem pole,
the hungry ones.
Yeah, the newer hungry ones would be slightly meaner. And you're like, okay, this is. I understand what you're getting towards, but just be nice, because you're gonna see the same people around and stop. I'm cool. All right, you don't mess with me. Cool, I don't fuck with you either.
I like that.
And there's more people that mess with me and that are nice, because I have that attitude and I'm very clear. You see me, you meet me. I mess with you, I don't. I have very directional feelings. I'm clear about that. People know me. And like some people are like, she's sweet as hell. Or I was like, I don't even know how to take her. She didn't say nothing to me, But like I'm one or the other, and it, because I go up for energy and spirit. And the higher you go, the J's and B's, they're really nice. They're really cool people. You can sit in a room and they will absolutely, like, first time I met Beyonce, I'm very good friends with Solange, and she was really nice. I've been opened up for tours for her before, just been polite. And she rushed over to me. She was like, gave me a big hug and was like, oh, I know Solange. Solange talks about you all the time. I was like, oh, you shit. She's like, no, you shit. I know what you're doing. She's giving me all this rundown. I'm like, it's ages ago, a while back. But, you hear and you think Beyonce. You don't know what to expect. Right, you don't know what to expect. I'm an artist, but I still have respect and, and give people props when they've done amazing work. And she's one of the best to me. So for her to just be like, oh, go sit down. Hey, how you doing? I was like, that's the example.
Exactly.
That's what you do. That's what you want. Let's expect. That's what happens. So she be one of the nice ones, and people do that. They come at you all the time on Twitter, but there's more nicer people than there are negative. Again, directional.
And negative people ain't got nothing going on for them anyway. They just hating.
Yeah.
They can't.
All right, so what we gonna
hologram their face on your body.
All right, so what we gonna do is we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna have more Estelle. So don't go nowhere. Keep it locked. All right, WPBRadio.com. Former classic, old school, smooth jazz and R&B. Women's Talk Radio is sitting down with Estelle.
Sorry.
And so I want to get into a little bit more of this album, because I know it comes out in June.
It comes out in September.
Oh, in September. Yeah, okay, so but you start touring in June.
Touring in June. Okay. We're all over. We're gonna be back in Maryland in a couple of months. So
okay.
June 17th.
Okay.
She knows.
Yeah, we'll be there.
June 17th at the International Festival at the Capitol Boulevard. I think it's June 17th. Okay. I'm trying to remember the date from the call sheet.
If you see us backstage peeking around trying to find our way, be like, I know them.
That's near my birthday, so
okay, so we're gonna do a birthday crash.
I think it's gonna be that weekend, and I'm going to unfortunately be in Boston.
I'm gonna be looking for a style.
She said, I'll be there.
Can I give y'all money so I can get a Estelle T-shirt and she can sign it or something?
I know.
So what's the next single off the album?
The next single, I tossing up between two records. I think it'd be this record I have called Conqueror. It's kind of like a.
I was going to say the name alone.
Yeah. Well,
you see that look she had when she said it, like Conqueror.
Conqueror. I think it's
you conquered something.
I did.
Yes, you conquered something.
I was, you know.
Okay.
Like, and when everybody was saying their things and their versions of events of who I was and what I was doing, and you know, not even music wise, just as a human, as a person, my personal stuff. Because it's the first time I've been that graphic about my personal life, you know, or been in a space where I've been famous and people have maybe sort of kind of known anyone, even though he's not well known and not out there. And you know, people that I knew him and knew we were together. We weren't hiding, but it wasn't anyone's business, you know.
Right.
So it was kind of like people's opinions and stuff. And you know, and the words on it are like, you know, I'd rather stand tall than live on my knees, because I'm a conqueror, you know, and I won't accept defeat. And you know, like my thing is just like I go for mine. And I am who I am, and I'm not here to be a version of anyone's tale in anyone's book.